Hey, welcome to Vlogmas, day 16.
Why do you say so ominously?
I'm going to do it a different way every time. That way I don't just shout, Vlogmas!
Let's just talk about what we're talking about.
Okay, tell them what we're talking about today.
All right, so we're going to film a Ravelry with me video because one of the things we found is that a lot of people have trouble choosing their next project. So we're going to show how we, use Ravelry to choose the thing that we want or might want to make next.
Okay. So I'm just going to bring Ravelry up on the screen, and that's what you'll be seeing. There we go.
Oh, can you do the whole screen?
Let me see. How's that? We have to be in the broadcast somewhere because... Oh, no, we don't. Okay, we can be in the background.
Yeah, that way we can make it big. We can embiggen it.
Okay, embiggened it is. Okay, so I guess we already decided we're going to look for a sweater pattern for a particular kind of sweater that we want to make. So what you want to do is hit patterns and then do an advanced search.
Now, are we looking for both mini and crochet, or because right now it's set to knit and crochet?
Well, you know what? The process is the same regardless. Let's do a crochet sweater just for fun.
I was just gonna say, well, we could do one of each.
Well, let's do that. All right. You know what? That's one of the choices. You can check off both. Do you want to do them sequentially or at the same time?
So let's do the mini one.
Okay. So I'm going to tell it I want to find a knitted sweater. And then I'm going to tell it, hey, I want to look at clothing. And one of the choices in clothing is a sweater. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. And you know what? I want to look for a cardigan.
Okay, I usually don't choose between cardigan and pullover, but if you specifically want a cardigan,
yeah, fine. I specifically want a cardigan. Okay, so now what this should show me primarily is cardigans. Every once in a while, you're going to get something else that creeps in, but for the most part, we're just going to look at a whole bunch of cardigans. Now, what you might want to decide to help you narrow down your choices.
The weight you want to work at.
Yeah, that's the first thing. You know what? I would like to look for something in a sport weight. Now that still leaves me with 56,000 choices. So I need to narrow this down a little bit more. Now, what I will often...
So you can see the whole screen.
What I will often do is I might have yarn already chosen. So I might put in how much yardage I have so that I can look for a sweater.
Why are we seeing we see a clutch and we see socks?
I told you every once in a while you're going to have other things creep in, and I don't know why that is. Sometimes it's because the pattern might be attached to something else that has your thing inside it too. So you never know. But for the most part, we will be seeing knitted. Oh, you know what? Look, I thought I told it just give me sweaters and cardigans, but no, I must have unclicked that at some point.
Back up. Okay, try not to go so fast. You're going to make people dizzy.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, somehow I unchecked it. Cardigans, please. Okay, now we're seeing only cardigans. Okay, so
I had a whole conspiracy theory ready. I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, you know what? I'm so glad you didn't go there. So very, very glad. So that narrows my choices down to 5,764. That's still a little bit unwieldy.
Yeah.
So just to knock out more irrelevant things, I'm going to go to age, size, and fit. I'm going to ask it to only show me adult sweaters. You will still occasionally get a cardigan that's pictured on a child doing that, but it's only because the pattern will go from child sizes to all the way to adult sizes. So that's not that big a deal. So as I scroll down the page, I still see a lot of different elements that I could choose to. But this is still 66 pages. I am never going to look through 66 pages. Oh, that's cute with the stripy sleeves. So what I might want to do is make some other decisions as I look through what Ravelry has decided to show me. Oh, that's cute.
That is cute. And that's usually how it starts. Like, you just pick something that is cute.
That's cute. I like that. I like that it's color blocked. I like that there's lace. You know what? I'm going to add that to my favorites. That is super cute.
Is there a way to just save the things that you've been looking at just in this session?
I think there's a save and compare feature. Hang on, let me see if I can find it right quick. There is a save and compare.
That is cute, though. I feel like you should totally make that.
I'm thinking I should totally make that.
You know
too.
what? The Andorra.
You know what? I have 4 skeins of Queensland. Yeah. That might be perfect.
So would you do part of it solid and part of it multi?
Yes, I would.
Lace.
I would do the lace and the solid.
That's going to be cute as hell.
And the middle in the multi.
As you see, it's a very informal process.
And that's how it happens. That's precisely how it happens. Because I didn't know this sweater existed before this movie.
Now, who's the designer? Tell us a little bit about the sweater.
Okay, so the sweater is by Astrid Tooting.
Tooting? Let's go with Tooting.
If I mangled your name, I am so sorry, but your sweater is beautiful. It's sport weight. It's in 11 sizes with positive ease going from 2.5 inches to 5 inches. Well, excuse me, 5. Actually, you know what? Let me read more carefully. It's 2.5 to 5 centimeters. That means 1 to 2 inches. So it's not a terribly oversized.
Like, that sounds like a lot.
Yeah. Now, when someone tells you this, that there's positive ease of 1 to 2 inches, that means you can decide. I want very little ease in this sweater and do 1 inch of ease, or I can do 2 inches. Theoretically, you could do whatever ease you like. And then taking a quick look at the attributes, you can see if there's any skills that you don't have already that you might need to learn. So
and that's, I feel like, the most important part.
And this is even before you buy the pattern.
So you don't get surprised.
Like, ta-da! Because here's what I see just from the pattern page. This is a bottom-up sweater. I'll have to make buttonholes. It's charted. There's corrugated ribbing. That's how you get that 2-colored rib. It's called corrugated ribbing. You see?
No, that's something different from brioche?
Yeah. It's not brioche at all. It's just working ribbed in 2 colors. It's in the round. There's lace involved. There's a schematic.
I think this designer did a really good job of providing you with the information that you're going to need.
You're going to have to do short rows. And there's a little bit of steeking going on.
Oh, I would love to see you steek. Seeking is something that I kind of don't believe in. I don't believe it exists. So I need to see someone do it in front of me, because it seems just like the craziest thing.
Okay, there you go. And it's sized from a 34.5 chest to a 57 3/4 inch chest.
And it also said that there is a pullover version.
Yes.
So this designer is giving you a ton of information. I like that.
I'm
Not
looking
everyone
forward
does
to that. I know that's wonderful. That is wonderful to have. And she even tells you the amount of yarn you might need by size already, but it's in weight. But so sizes 9, 10, 11, you'll need 300 grams of one color, 300 grams of another color, and 75 grams of yet a third color.
Alrighty. So this is definitely a possibility.
It really is.
We don't want to get our head turned.
My head got turned. My head got turned up, okay? And I got distracted. I was supposed to be looking for the save and compare feature.
I forgot that you were doing that.
Totally got distracted. Okay. No, that's not it. You know what? I know it's here somewhere, but I don't know where. So I'm just going to open a third window and I'm going to type how to save and compare on Ravelry. Oh, remember and compare. Okay. Try our remember and compare feature. Okay, how do I do that? If you see a pattern in your search results you'd like to compare to others, just click the little triangle below the pattern picture. Mm-hmm. I knew it was some odd little thing. And I don't think I can even do it on this page. The back, it's on the last page. So the little triangle.
So try the dots.
Remember and compare. There you go. So I was just scrolling just for the fun of it when I ran into that sweater, which right now I am absolutely obsessed with. Okay, I am straight up obsessed.
It's very cute.
Okay, I am here for it. Okay, so let me narrow down the choices a little bit.
Ooh, look at that.
Oh, that's cute.
Is it felted?
Let's see. I don't think it is, but let's see. No, it's not. I think that's just an attribute of the yarn she did hers in, that it looks a little bit flocked.
That's dope.
That is dope.
I like that. So what are you looking for, though? Like, you're just waiting for inspiration to strike, or do you have an idea of, like, what you'd like to do?
Well, when I first started the search, I had absolutely no idea. And by no idea, I mean none. My head just got turned by that other sweater. So now I'm like, oh, what are other interesting ways to color block? Because that was just color blocking done really
It was
well.
really nice, though. I do like it.
So let's look at some of the attributes that we can add. Let's see. What do they have in other? I don't know what other might be, but it's a small number. And I suspect that's where things that are color blocked might lurk. So it's the same search. I have just refined it a bit. So what's going on here? Now, I do like the looks of this sweater, but I find that in this environment, this sweater is hard for me to see.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really see what is going on.
Yeah,
here.
I have to say that's a pet peeve of mine. People who choose like artistic photos instead of just showing me the sweater. Just show me the sweater.
And I thought I saw a picture where somebody had done it in a different colorway, but oh, there it is. I think maybe I just hallucinated.
Because
oh,
Angie Mary does take very beautiful scenic shots.
She
but
does.
I just want to see the sweater.
Now I can see this sweater, and I like that she did that fading technique in a different way. So she sort of color blocked the fade, which I think is interesting. But in the color she chose for her own sweater, and in this environment, I find it very difficult to see.
It's
so this muted. Might be a way to use a variegated yarn.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of cool. Okay, so I think I will add that to my remember and compare list. And you do that on the main page where your search is, on your search page, not on the individual pattern page. So I thought the more interesting bits of color work would be lurking in other, because they didn't know what to call it. Like, I don't know what to call this. Now, what do you think of this? Honestly, I find her necklace a little distracting.
Yeah, that's okay. Better. It's better without the necklace. That's cute. It's like I feel like that's something that I would do. It's just super simple. Just add in some pops of color with a little bit of color blocking. I like this kind of tonal color block that she did, where it's 2 shades of the same color.
Yes, I like that.
That's cute.
And the particular yarn I have would really work with this. I would just need to pick a third color to pop against them.
Mm-hmm. So the first tip is to just pick what you like. Just choose the things that are cute, that attract you.
Absolutely.
And then you have to investigate, the actual making.
See, I like the idea of this, but this is super busy.
A little tiny bit.
Let's go back one. So I have 3 candidates so far. And that was just by thinking about, okay, I want to add a technique to my search, because that's going to cut down the options, because 55,000, not today. Not today. Let me just take a look at what they have available in stripes and color work, because I think that's the direction I want to go. I want to do some blocking or striping.
Mm-hmm.
And all of this, now I'm realizing, was inspired by that first sweater. So sometimes the first thing that you see,
you want to do some sort of color work.
Yes, I want to do some kind of sort of color blocking specifically, because I'm like, oh, I like that. See, this is another simple color block situation, but I don't think I want anything that long. And mine would be more subtle because my colors are paired. Now, let me see, how many results did this give me? This gave me 329 matches, which is still a lot, but it's much more manageable than where we started. What do you think?
And I'm being thrown off because I don't like these colors. That green, that puce is not.
Yeah, don't pay attention to the color. But that's the other thing. Don't be put off from something because you didn't like the color. I know, but it's like chose. It's
kind of not showing.
But I like the idea.
Now, see, when I'm thinking about this sweater and thinking of doing something like that in crochet, I know I would have to carry yarn at the ends of the row, which is something I still struggle with a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I would be hesitant to make that exact sweater, but I do like the thin stripes.
Yeah, that's what attracted me to it. I like the thin
Oh
stripes.
yeah, this color palette is much better.
Look at that. And I think this person did a bit of shaping in the body, which I would also do.
Yeah, I definitely like the colors this person chose.
So when you like the idea, don't get hung up on whatever color the person chose, because you can choose whatever colors you like. I like that idea though. Okay, that's 4 for me. I think that's enough for me at the moment. I'm just going to add this to my save and compare. I like how those stripes are rocking though. And I keep calling it save and compare, but it's remember and compare. Because you'll never find it if you look for save and compare, trust me. Yeah, I think I have some candidates that I like, and but that will work with the yarn I actually have. Oh, let's say you already knew how much yardage you have. I have 4 skeins that are 328 yards per skein.
1312.
You can refine your search down to a sweater that will take about the amount of yarn you have. That refines my search even more. And honest to goodness, sometimes that's where I start. I start with the amount of yarn I have. And that just takes care of a lot of issues for me. Okay, this is sort of cute. But I would not make this only because I need a more even distribution of the yarn. I have 2 of one. Queensland.
Okay.
Queensland Rainbow Beach. But sometimes just doing a search can inspire a choice, because that's exactly what just happened to me. My search got molded by the first sweater that really caught my eye. Oh, hello. What do you think of that?
I think that's beautiful yarn. What did you use?
Let's see.
Universal.
Donina Furniture.
Oh, I think we had a kit for that yarn at one point.
I like that.
That is a really nice yarn.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm going to add that to my remember list, because I like how the color blocking works here. And let me see, what is the yardage on it? And it's sized where I need it to be. Let's take a look at the, it's seamed, it's stripes, color work, worked flat. There's a zipper installation. That's kind of cool. I'm just reading the pattern notes. It's knit flat in pieces and seamed. You're going to pick up some stitches and then add a zipper placket and a zipper by hand sewing it in. Okay, not a problem. I like you. Okay, that's my last one for my save and remember.
Okay, now that we have saved and remembered,
how do we get to that?
How do we recall what we've remembered?
Let me see if I can figure that out. Otherwise, I will just have to look it up right quick. Okay, I'm gonna have to look it up right quick.
See, it's good that we're doing this because we're learning how to use features. Are you ready to compare all your selections? Let's click on the little star at the bottom right of the screen.
Oh, okay. Got a little star on the bottom right. You know what? Maybe if I went back to the patterns, to the advanced search. Ah, there it is. The little star. There's little things you wouldn't even notice.
You have a bunch of stuff in there, though.
I know.
Okay.
I'm going to get rid of some of them. But here's 1, 2. Apparently I've done this before.
Yeah.
And I just never got rid of anything.
How do you unremember?
But here's Frida. There's Rose. This is Hazelwood, Annika, and Confectionery. Stop remembering.
Oh, no, not that one, though.
No. I'm going to have to go to each one and tell it to stop remembering.
Yeah.
I didn't know it did that.
You have a bunch of pumpkins in here. Clearly, you had an idea.
I had an idea. I had an idea. Okay.
Because you haven't made any pumpkins.
I didn't. I had an idea about making pumpkins, and I was comparing the pumpkins, as you can see.
Oh, that's so funny. I mean, so incredibly funny.
Okay. Don't judge me. I feel you silently judging.
No, I just think it's hilarious.
And I did find every kind of pumpkin.
You sure
Lord
did.
have mercy. Here's a tartan pumpkin. What's wrong with me?
Pumpkins on a hat.
Oh, God, okay. It's almost gone. It's almost gone. I swear it is. Stop remembering. Thank you. Stop remembering.
That's all.
Okay.
Okay, so now if you refresh this page, will they all go away?
Let's see.
No.
No.
I don't know.
I don't know why. Okay, I don't want to clear search because I don't know what's going to happen. Okay, let me go back because I should only have 5 things.
We're learning. We're learning. You have to go to the advanced search page. Ah, okay.
Now let's see what happens now when I go. Okay,
all right.
That's so much better.
Woohoo!
So now I have 5 items that I am just looking at and comparing them to each other. And these are all items I like. But as you can see, there's some differences.
Mm-hmm.
So now I want to look at each one in isolation and say, okay, I need to look and see how much yarn I have. So whichever one is closest to the amount of yarn I have. Is there one that has a feature I don't like or a technique I don't want to be bothered with doing? I think for simplicity, the confectionery cardi might be the easiest one to make.
Even with the zipper?
Even with the zipper, because putting in a zipper is no big deal. I've put in zippers before. So
I know, but so has Jasmine Whitmore. She still had a problem.
Had a little zipper snafu recently. The sizing is good, at least for me. There's a size in there that will fit me already. Let me see what else I might want to look at. This one I would need more yarn though, because it looks like for the larger sizes in this particular one, probably because of the looseness of the fit, it would take more yarn. I didn't really look closely at the Annika cardi. This one is also seamed and worked flat. There's an optional pocket. And I don't really have a favorite regarding, oh, that's cute. I love it in the yellow and gray.
Squirrel.
But look at that. That's really cute. And they did like a navy blue pop, which I think is really fun. My only qualm might be the length. I just looked at Hazelwood. I think my least favorite is actually the rose cardigan, because I'm not, she's still playing with fading here, and my yarn won't really lend itself as well to fading.
That is very much, I think, designed with speckled yarns in mind.
Yeah, so I don't think I'm going to take this one out of contention. And just by reducing to a more manageable number, I think really it's the Frida or the Hazelwood. And I really always like the look of lace opposed to a solid fabric. Okay, I think for me, it's going to be, I'm going to just add Hazelwood to my favorites. And I will end up choosing between Frida and Hazelwood.
You, most of these have like a different color edging. Sorry, I set an alarm on my phone. Most of these have a very contrasting color edging. That seems to be like what you're into at the moment. Mm-hmm. Only the Andrea Mowry sweater was different.
Right.
So what yarn would you use for that?
Probably Andorra. Mm-hmm. Probably Andorra.
It looks like you're still captivated by the first one.
I really am. I really am. The only thing I'm choosing right now between Hazelwood and Frida. Nobody else is really in the competition. And I do like that I would get to try the steeking technique on Frida, because I haven't steeked before. So it would be fun to kind of give it a try.
Mm-hmm. Is that what we're calling steeking? Fine. Okay.
You know, you can do crochet steeking too.
I wouldn't though.
Oh wow. Okay.
Okay, so you have chosen a sweater.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to pull up the link for this, for the 5 sweaters I've chosen, and I will include it in the search box. Copy that. And put it in my notes. And you can go if you'd like. Okay. There you go. You can tell it to stop remembering. You can tell it to stop remembering my search, because apparently that's important.
But you can only have. I'm far away. Can you only have one remember and save?
Apparently,
remember and compare thing happening at once?
You can't, but you can't. No, it doesn't stop you, because remember my pumpkins and all that other stuff that was there.
Right. So just saying you had pumpkins because you have made these sweaters a different remember and save. Okay, so it's just one thing. Okay.
And if you don't tell it to stop remembering, it will just clutter up your.
Just remember forever.
Yes. Well, apparently. Okay, so shall we do a crochet
like the mighty elephant?
Like the mighty elephant.
Okay, and so you've stopped remembering all of these?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, am I? Okay.
You want to pilot, or you want me to pilot? Okay. So back we go to advanced search. And this time we're only going to look at crochet items.
And we're going to go to sweaters.
Oh my.
I'm a sweater making gal.
Now, are you want to do all sweaters?
Yeah, let's do all sweaters just because I don't have a preference between cardigans and pullovers. I feel like I tend to make a lot of pullovers. So, interesting. I should make more cardigans.
There you go.
Okay, now I like making fingering weight sweaters. I know you're like very opposed to this.
At least for myself, yeah. I'm not down. Okay, fingering.
So I almost always restrict my search to fingering weight.
Okay, and that brings you to 779 sweaters to start with.
Wow, you had so many more sweaters. I'm a little salty. It's okay though. Because your first thing gave you like 5,000 or something?
53,000. Okay, so here's our first pass at this.
Okay. Now, I have no idea like what I want to make in a sweater.
Yeah, so right now you're just kind of looking to see what's out there in the weight of yarn that you have. Oh, do you know how much yarn you have? Because that will help you restrict the search.
Okay, funny story. I don't have a yarn in mind.
Okay, never mind.
I'm just gonna pick a sweater first and then find the yarn for it. Now see, brioche lane sweater. Yeah, this lady Tatiana Capriana chick does a lot of this really cool color work in her sweater.
That's neat. So do we want to look just at her patterns for a minute?
No, I find her patterns completely intimidating.
Don't be scared, because that's cool.
But I have an idea for something like that that's just going to have like a center panel that's one color. So it's interesting to see this because this is kind of where my head was at in terms of a sweater that I was trying to like design for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I see now I did not think that would look good on a multi background, but it does.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
I mean, here it is on a solid, and I think it actually looks better on a multi.
Okay, let's remember and compare that one.
Okay. Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's remember and compare.
Okay. Now, this sweater is Celosia Dolman sweater. I've actually been looking at that one for a while.
Mm-hmm. That's really cute.
You know, I would like to learn how to make that Dolman shape.
I like Expression Fiber Arts. That's really cute.
Do you see how it's completely different from the last sweater I just picked?
Yeah, that's fine.
My head is everywhere at the moment.
That's fine. That's why you have a remember and compare feature.
Okay, let's go to page 2. Okay. Oh, Rabbit Alice sweater. Open that one. Oh, that's very simple and cute.
Mm-hmm. I like that sleeve detail.
Yeah, I've been toying with the idea of doing something like that on a sleeve.
That is a really cute little sleeve detail.
Interesting. Well, can you see what size hooks you used?
Sure. An E and an F.
Interesting. Okay. Let's remember and compare that one.
Not a problem.
Now, one thing though, I do tend to like these sweaters a little bit more fitted. There's the Acre sweater. A lot of crocheters were deviled by that sweater. So part of me is like, I want to try it just to see like if it's really like that difficult.
Sometime next year, do you want us each to pick a pom-pom sweater and do a pom-pom along?
I mean, that is a thought, but pom-pom patterns are no joke.
Yeah, they're not for the faint of heart.
They're really for skilled knitters and crochet. Limeberry. That is almost like what I'm doing now with my fuzzy sweater. Does this have? Yeah, that's a mohair. No, I think mine's going to be cuter.
Yeah. You know what? She did a deliberate open work pattern. It wasn't just that her stitches were standing apart.
Yeah, no. This one's enough for me. So no for me, dog.
No for me, dog. Let's see. What else they got? You good, Mom?
Yeah.
All right.
Real life.
Okay. Real life for real.
Sorry. Keep going. See, now here's something with those narrow stripes. Bergamo. And that would require. Oh, you know what? That is that stitch. Blending stitch.
Oh.
I don't like this though.
It's something going on the bottom that I'm not happy with.
This one of those shoulder seams is awkward.
I think that's part of why she's posed that way.
That's some rowing? Interesting. Feel like they're showing.
What do you think about this center panel one?
Oh, blackthorn jumper. A revolver? Oh, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I like the stitch pattern. Is it just?
It looks like it's
okay. The sleeves and the body look like two different stitch patterns.
Yeah.
I think she just did back loop only on the sleeves. This is interesting. It's giving me a little bit of an 80s vibe, but I'm not mad about it.
Yeah. It's a celebration of texture. Are there any projects?
What are the projects?
Let's see.
I would be interested in seeing this as a multicolor.
Apparently someone really became enamored and they made it several times.
Interesting. And that, like, almost arrowhead detail, that was something similar that was on the Andrea Mary sweater.
Mm-hmm.
That is interesting. Oh, is it rainbow? Please.
Let's see. Seamed. Yeah, and work flat. Yes.
Interesting. Okay, let's remember and compare that one. Yeah, let me see the Silk Road by Lola and Punto.
Ooh.
This is a lot. I usually don't do anything this busy, but
it's kind of nice though.
Yeah.
I like the tunicky vibe.
I feel like it's just a little bit. I like some of the ideas happening in there.
Yeah.
I like all the different stitch patterns being used.
Yeah. Yeah. This is clearly too big for the woman it's on. Yes.
But I don't know about this exact sort, but I like this idea.
So are we saving and comparing this one?
No.
Okay.
So me, I go off just the pictures first.
Mm-hmm.
And then I get up in the details of, oh, go back. Circle sleeve, lace tunic by Kristen Omdahl.
There it is. Now that one caught my eye, but when you didn't say anything, I was like,
interested in doing a sleeve like that very, very much. I would tweak this. She has different stitch patterns on the top and the bottom, and I would not do that. But I like this overall shape. I like the ribbon. I like what she did with the sleeves. We're going to save and compare that.
Okay.
Remember and compare. You got me saying the wrong thing.
Sure do. It's about time I got some of that action in.
Go back up a little bit. A little more to leaf sweater.
That's a terrible picture. Okay.
I'm confused. That
I
looks
know
different
that
from the
looks
one in
totally
the green.
different, and that maybe
Something no.
Yeah,
Okay.
no. That's no. So that's
I
another
saw.
thing. That's another thing. When you see it's looking like super different like that, you have to ask yourself, well, what happened?
Now I know, some patterns are made to be very customizable, but I don't know what's happening here.
Yeah, no like it.
All right, so I have 5.
Okay,
Let's
so shall we
take
go look at your page?
Yeah, but then you click on another
I
thing
know. I was
because
just
you're trying to
curious. I was just so curious.
turning my head.
Sometimes it's hard not to go down the rabbit hole. It's comfy down there.
Oh, I don't like that one. Too many ideas. That one will find me. I have the butterfly turtleneck. I have the book that pattern is in.
Oh.
So I can make that into.
Okay, so let's look at your remember and compare page.
Which is really different from yours.
Totally.
Because I've got color work. I feel like most of mine, though, you see monochromatic. I wasn't really feeling the color work.
Mm-hmm.
But I do want to learn how to shape a dolman sleeve. I feel like it shouldn't be that hard, but I have been looking at the Celosia dolman sweater for a while. Let's go to circle sleeve and let's see what information we can get about it.
Oh, done in the round.
Hold on, is this pattern even like available?
I'm looking. It was
no
in this book.
Available. Okay, so I would have to find Crochet Magazine from July 2000. I hate that. I hate when they don't actually have access to the pattern.
And you know what? If you really hate that, when you're creating your search, one of the things you can select is Ravelry download, so that you will only see things that you can download from Ravelry, or maybe purchase online. If you want to limit your search to only things that you can just download right then and there, that's how you do that. That way you won't see patterns that are no longer available.
Okay, so it looks like I can get digital back issues if I really want it.
Okay.
I don't know how far back they go with those because that's 2007. It looks like their back issues only go back to 2017.
Oh.
Yeah, see, I'm a little put out.
Oh, and the magazine itself.
Wait a minute.
Are they still making Crochet Magazine?
Maybe they just mean that issue's out there. Because I'm looking at the winter 2021 issue on their website.
Okay.
Interesting. See, now I'm mad. So we can stop remembering that one.
Yes, we're going to let that one go. We're going to release that one back into the universe.
Because that one, I can't get the instructions for it anymore. I feel away, though. All right, so let's look at the other 4 that might actually be available.
Which one are you going to take a look at?
Let's go Blackthorn Jumper. Okay, so 3.25 millimeter. Because I have to admit, if you're doing fingering weight, but you use a really large hook, I ding you for that, and I won't pick your pattern. I don't like using like a 5 millimeter hook for fingering weight yarn.
Yeah.
So this is probably going to be in UK terms. That's fine. Cuff sleeve, drop sleeve, oversized, texture, work flat, visual inches over. Okay, I mean, this looks like a pretty straightforward sweater. It probably looks a little bit more complicated than it actually is because it's using so many different textures. But I think it's actually really cute, and this would be a possibility for me. Yeah, it doesn't have like a lot of in-depth information, but I'm thinking it really doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is one that's cute. And wait, okay, yeah, I can buy it through Ravelry. Very good.
Yes, you can. It's also available on Etsy.
Okay. So let's look at the Rabbit Alice sweater, which is also going to be, and you will see that I like simple constructions, simple designs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because you and I are looking at taking some classes being offered by Melissa Leekman.
Mm-hmm.
And one of them is called something like, I don't know, it has something to do about choosing like one design element to feature on a garment. And I feel like the patterns that I've chosen really had that. So this just has that little thing on the sleeves.
Yeah.
But otherwise, you're pretty much making a straightforward sweater. So you're doing mesh.
Oh, it's on sideways.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. Front back pieces made separately. Yeah, because there was no shoulder seams. So I figured. Yeah, pattern also describes swatching instructions and how to customize your fit.
Yeah, nicely done.
I feel like this would be a good one, a good thing to make with the Angora lace.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, I like this one too. I have come to new conclusions. I like this one as well. And we can look at the Solozzi, but I have looked at this one over and over again.
Okay, well, you want to switch to brioche lane?
Well, we're still doing a video, so we might want to show people some of these things. With seams. Why do they have a pattern download process? Oh, so they don't sell on Ravelry. You gotta go to their website. Okay. Yeah, see, 5mm hook though. See what I was talking about?
Yeah.
I don't.
And yeah, her stitches are open. That's why, because you need that 5mm hook.
But you know what? I would probably, if it's a simple shape, I could just go down in my hook size.
Yeah, maybe she was doing that to make it super drapey.
Yeah, but you don't have to do that. That's not a thing.
Okay, moving on.
Everyone believes you have to use a large hook size to make crochet drape, and it's just not.
You know, you
true.
could just switch to silk or cotton or linen.
You don't have to go up as much. So I think a 4mm hook with fingering weight yarn would have still given you a lot of drape. Right. So I'm a little, you know what? It's just a personal bias. It's just not the way I like to work. You know what?
You're off the list, lady. We're going to forget you.
All right. Let's look at this brioche lane because Tatiana Kupriancic makes incredibly complex sweaters, but they're absolutely beautiful.
Like brioche tuck?
I have no idea what that is.
Oh, and you know what? Let me just show you something right quick. Let's say, okay, fabric is tucked. If you hover on it, it's going to tell you what that thing means.
Alright, test stitches yarn overs that are knitted together with a slip stitch from the previous row. The stitches may also be made by. She keeps saying knitting. Is this a knitted sweater?
You know what? I think they gave you the definition of a brioche tuck in knitting.
Okay, because I'm like,
let me just see if you should also be able to click on that and see other projects that mention brioche tuck.
Now, can we sort this list to just look for crochet projects?
Yes, you can do it with the advanced search. And we can reduce it to crochet only.
And see, here she is again and again and again. See, this one designer.
That's her deal.
The first 2 rows is almost all her. There's only one by another person. So this is what she does specifically. Because I think I don't know if that's Essa sweater. I think I have that pattern. Okay. Going back. Let's keep reading what else she's gotten up to. Or go to the remember and compare.
There we go. That's probably the easiest thing to do. But just if you get curious about a particular technique, if you click on it.
Yeah, so she's like one of the only crocheters doing that. I wouldn't do it with that much positive ease. There's some short rows, brioche. Okay, so this would be like a challenging pattern for me, and so it would really just be about whether or not I felt like doing all of this.
Mm-hmm.
But it is an absolutely beautiful sweater, and I feel like maybe for a pattern by this designer in particular, who's a designer I have been looking at for a while, this might be a good place to start, because in this technique you are working flat. The other sweaters where she's doing stuff like this, it's in the yoke.
Yeah.
And so you're making that round shape and increasing.
I guess the portion of it that you're working is...
Yes.
Okay.
So the whole sweater's done in the round, but you see she's making a rectangle.
Yeah.
And you're not going to be increasing and still trying to keep that pattern going. So honestly, if I was going to make one of her sweaters, I would probably start with this
one. And look, she has more notes. Always check the notes. If the designer feels the need to give you that much information, take it.
She's an absolutely amazing designer, but I'm scared of her.
Yeah. You know what? I think once you do one,
well, yeah, if I can get through that one,
you will get it. And you know what? She had a couple of smaller projects using that technique. So maybe you want to try one of those and then graduate.
Yeah. So it really just comes down to like how much I would want to push myself, and I tend to play it safe. But I mean, I do want to learn different color work techniques.
Yeah, so you know what? Just try different ones and see which ones really work for you.
Out of these 3 patterns, I'm really like leaning towards brioche lane. So I think for me, you know why? Because the other 2 are things that I think I could do versions of myself, without buying that pattern. Like I wouldn't be making an exact reproduction of those, but like I could do a sleeve detail like that.
Exactly.
But the one that I know would teach me something new, completely new, would be the brioche lane. So if that's what I'm going for, to learn something new, I think my choice would be brioche lane.
Oh, okay. She has a brioche crochet masterclass ebook, so that would give you some support.
Oh, this chick.
And it'll be an introduction to brioche crochet, explaining how to do the basic stitches, increases and decreases.
Okay.
So there's support there for you too.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to add that to the. Can I add that to the Save and Compare? Because I think that's a great thing. And I'll be honest with you, I have never seen a brioche crochet book anywhere.
I don't think most people know it's a thing. And I've seen some videos on YouTube, but what I've seen people doing do not look like what this woman is doing. It doesn't look as nice, actually. This lady is really like...
She has really refined
she is a
the
beast.
technique.
And so this is like the other person. So there's like 2 now. Click on the designer's name so I can see what else she does.
Her name
the designer's side.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's not her name.
My bad. Yes, I bet Daniel. And
well, she even did some socks like that. Look at you, girly. Okay, color me impressed.
Okay.
Interesting. Can you favorite a designer or a store?
Yes, you can.
Just to make sure you remember that person. Yeah, save and favorites is about
thank you.
Alrighty.
But then you can just kind of see a sample of what she does.
And now I've discovered a new designer as well.
Look at that. Okay. But that's kind of how you would do a Ravelry search, both when you kind of know what you're looking for. Like I started with the yarn because I knew I had this sport weight yarn I wanted to use. And Crystal started with
Nothing.
Nothing. So you can do it either way.
But I got caught up being fascinated with this technique, and I think I finally want to like try to take it on.
Absolutely.
That will be one of my goals for the new year. Or I could just lose my mind and try it right now. I won't. We will save that.
Good. All right. Oh, Lordy, you scared me. Like, right now.
I need to play baseball
Right now.
But yeah, so as you see, your search is just guided by your likes and dislikes, the styles, the things you think are attractive, and then the techniques you do or don't want to do.
Absolutely. Because you can eliminate whole swaths of things based on, oh, well, I don't like to do X, Y, or Z.
But the important thing is to not just use the picture.
Yeah.
You have to
don't do that.
Read the words and really all of that information that the designer is providing, make use of that to really understand. So you don't find surprises after you download the pattern, after you've already spent your money.
Right. Like, oh, wait a minute. Like, I'm glad we did this now because I don't think you knew that she had written a whole book.
I did not know about that.
That'll give you some additional support beyond just the pattern.
But the more I look at it,
the more I like it. It's gorgeous.
Like, ooh, I love the way the design highlights that technique, and just the rest of the sweater just blends into the background, and you're just looking at this amazing, almost mosaic thing she's got going on the front. Okay, so now I have a new goal for 2022.
Yes, you do.
I'm going to learn brioche crochet, and I'm going to tackle a little yarn pattern finally. Maybe.
Don't be scared.
I am.
You can do it. I believe in you.
But that's it. I think we hopefully that was helpful.
Yeah, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. We'll be happy to get back to you about them and answer them. I don't know. I think we're done today.
Yeah,
all right.
I think we're good.
I hope you enjoy spending the time with us. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.